Hey students, welcome back to Deeksha Vedantu Kannada channel. This is Suhas, chemistry master teacher. Students, how are you all? I hope all are safe and doing good. Students, in this video, in this session, we discuss the complete revision of the unit structure of atom from the grade class 9th, right? Class 9 grade structure of atom unit na ನಾವು complete revision ಮಾಡೋಣ ಇವತ್ತಿನ session ಅಲ್ಲಿ students. The voice is clearly visible and the PPT is clearly visible. If it's visible, show some josh with your favorite emoji to your Suhas sir. Come on students, let's discuss structure of atom. We already discussed in small videos, small topic videos, 10-minute videos and one short videos. Every video I already discussed, but revision session is very important. Students, if the voice is not clear, let me know on comment section, let me know on chat section students, and please do not forget to like, share, subscribe the channel. Like is mandatory. I need attendance student. Everyone please should like. Okay students, come on, let's move on to the unit. Before moving, we already know, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe the channel. And another important point, Telegram channel. Students, I upload every single notes. I already upload carbon and its compounds notes, and this PPT and every notes I upload in my Telegram channel. The Telegram channel link is there in description. Please don't forget to join the Telegram channel. It's very important. And come on, let's discuss. Before moving to the unit, I have single question for you guys. The question is, what is the smallest unit of matter? We already discussed what is the smallest unit of matter. What? If you know the answer, let me know on chat section students. And what's the josh? Show some josh with your messages. And after students watch after the live session, please don't forget to comment the answers. If you know the answers after the live, please pause the video and comment in live. Okay na, comment in the video. Okay students, what is the smallest unit of matter? Yenu smallest unit? We already know, right? Atom is an smallest unit of matter. We already discussed the atom discovery of atoms in before units. In atom and molecule chapter, atoms are the very small unit, smallest units. Similar like an bricks to an wall, right? We already discussed. Let's discuss the learning outcomes. It's nothing but subtopics and important topics of this unit. Introduction of atom and discovery of subatomic particle, electron and proton. How electron and proton is discovered, which scientist is discovered, it's very important. And also discovery of neutron, how neutron is discovered. And atomic model, Thomson atomic model, Rutherford atomic model, Bohr's atomic model. Students, in these 3 atomic model, definitely they ask one question, 5 marks question from this 3 atomic model, or 3 marks question, 5 or 3 marks question, definitely they ask. Please watch the session till end. And these are the last 3. Electronic distribution. How electron distribution in is valency? What is valency? We already know about valency and how we write a molecular formula. In before unit, we already discussed something, right? This is also discussed. And atomic number and mass number. What is atomic number and mass number? And isotope andre eno, isobars andre eno, isotones andre eno anta discover ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay students, 1 second. Okay students, sorry, due to some mic issue, I taken 2 minutes break. And come on, let's discuss. First, move on to the introduction of atom. We already know atoms and molecules are the building blocks of matter. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆಟಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆಟಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್. ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ we already know for every building we need bricks. We need to construct the building from bricks step by step. That's why that's now. Similarly, atoms are the building blocks for every matter. Atoms and molecules we are already discussing before unit. And second point, the existence of different kinds of matter around us due to different types of atoms and molecules. What we already know, in our surroundings, tree is there, the minerals is there, oil is there, book is there, copper is there. Why it have different shape? In all molecules, atoms only present, but why not? Because in every substance, the atom and molecules are in different type. Different type is nothing but are in different atoms is there, different elements is there. We already discussed in next your grade 10 you discuss that chemical reaction, what is chemical reaction and other things. Okay na, ee riti agutte. Why yaake andre due to different types is nothing but, for example, for this remote, in this remote different type of atom is there, in this pen different type of atom is there, right students? Next, move on to the Dalton's atomic theory. Quickly recap the Dalton atomic theory. It's not important, we already discussed in before unit. We already know, according to Dalton, he is a main scientist. What he discovered some postulate. He discovered some postulate from the before our ancient scientists, or ancient, what they do, ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು postulates ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. They give some postulates and he took that postulate and he explained something about the atom. According to he, elements are made up of very small particle called atoms. Every matters made up of smallest particle. If we break any matter to a smallest particle, this smallest particle is called as an atom. And atoms are indivisible, but atoms are indivisible is nothing but we cannot to break any atom. Third point, the atom of an element of the same weight. What? If the atom of this element, this particle, sorry, idu particle diruttalla, this particle atom has the same weight overall the molecule. Overall the molecule alle atom same irutte. Similarly, fourth point, different irutte, and in this atom of element take part in a chemical reaction. Atom andre enu? This is an element. Takes place is important role in chemical reaction. Chemical reaction ಆಗೋ atom ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, molecule ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ atom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಂತಾರೆ, the atoms of an element combine in simple numerical ratio. ಈ atoms simple numerical ratio combine ಆಗಿ with those of element to form a compound. ಅದನ್ನ compound ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. But conclusion ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, but this theory fails. Dalton's atomic theory fails. Why? Because ಯಾಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಟಮ್ಮು Dalton's atomic theory fail ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Why ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ he said atoms are indivisible, but atoms are divisible. Why? For a long time it was thought the atoms are indivisible. ಏನೋ ಅವನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ indivisible ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. But according to experiments, atoms are divisible. Atoms, other molecules, other elements also present. What are those? Which are those? In this class we discuss the elements. Okay, don't worry. But now we know the atoms are divisible. We already know. That's why Dalton's atomic theory fails. But it's a very, very, very important theory. Definitely they ask 3 marks, students. Definitely they ask. Please note the point. Next, some experiments are there. Please do these experiments in your home. Simply take one glass rod and rub with an cloth and ಅದನ್ನ balloon ಹತ್ರ ತಗೋಗಿ and take to the balloon. What happened? The glass rod attract the balloon. The glass rod attract the balloon. Similarly, this experiment most of the students are do, right? It's a magic. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ in before ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಆಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೋ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಬಾಚನ್ಗೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗಂದು ನೋಡು ನಾನು ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಟ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೋ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವೆರಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we can conclude one point. What? We already know for every matter, in every matter the atom is present, but inside atom any other molecule, any other element is present. Why? Because the atom attract another particle. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ಅನ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅನ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಆಟಮು ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಅನ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅನ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ನ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಆಟಮ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಎನಿ other charged particle. That's why atom is not an divisible, it's not an indivisible molecule. We can divide, we can force the atom, we can divide into 3 parts. Divide is nothing but in atom other element also present. Which are those? One is electron, it's a charged particle and it's a negatively charged particle, and proton, it's a positively charged particle. And in 19th century, after so many days ago, neutron is discovered. Neutron also discovered, but neutron it does not having any charge. Neutron does not having any charge, but it have mass similar to proton. Okay students, this about briefly explanation about the subatomic particles. Come on, let's discuss detailedly about electron, how electron is discovered. Who is the father of electron? We already know, right? Who is the father of electron? J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson is the father of electron. According to conclusion, electron is the present atom presents 3 molecules: electron, proton, neutron. These are the symbols, these are the charges. Okay students, I have one question. I have one simple interactivity part question. The question is, atoms are divisible, yes or no? Come on students, if you know the answer, let me know in comment section. Sorry, not in comment section, let me know in chat section fast students. I give 10-second times. Atoms are divisible or not? According to Daltons, it is indivisible. But according to experiment, according to proof, what is? Atoms are divisible. Atoms are divisible. As atoms further divided into subatomic particles. Okay, let's move on to the solve part. Let's solve. The question is this. They give 2 columns. We need to match the columns. Electron, proton, neutron, atom, neutron is there. These are the column 2 words. In P negatively charged particle is there, Q is neutral, R is positively charged, S is subatomic particle, T can be further divided. They give 4 options. In option A, they give for A P, S, B, R, S, C, Q, D, Q, S. In B, A, S, B, R, C, P, D, Q. In C, A, P, S, B, R, S, C, Q, T, D, Q, S. In D, A, P, B, R, C, Q, D, S. Students, these 2 are wrong. Why? Because electron belong to subatomic particle also, another for example negatively charged also, right? That's why these 2 are ruled out. The answer may be A or B. Maybe A or C. What's the answer? If you know the answer, please let me know in chat section first. Let me know in chat section student first. The answer is C. Why? Electron P, S is absolutely negatively charged and it is also subatomic particle also. Proton is also subatomic particle and also is a positively charged particle. Neutron is a neutral also and also what? Q, C, atom, right? D is it's an neutral molecule also, it's also subatomic particle. And atoms are neutral also, can be further divided. Okay, understood? Neutral, atom is a neutral. Why we called atom is a neutral? Don't worry students, in structure of atom we have 3 theories. 3 scientists come and explain the atom. It has structure like this. That's thing they explain. In that we can discuss the why atom is neutral. J.J. Thomson is the first scientist who told atoms is a neutral molecule. Why? Because in atom the positively charged proton and negatively charged electron are in same number. It's nothing but are distributed in equally. Both are distributed equally. Understood? Come on, let's discuss. Quiz time, student. All of you excited for quiz time? It's a very important. These are the previous year MCQ questions. Okay, students, come on, let's move on to the first one. The first one says, according to Dalton atomic theory, matter consists of indivisible molecules, atoms, ions, mixtures. So ions are wrong answer. The answer may be molecules or atoms. According to Dalton atomic theory, students. Now 10. Another theory, it's a Dalton atomic theory. What is the answer? What is the answer, students? The answer is, we already know, atoms. According to Dalton atomic theory, we cannot divide the atom furtherly. Atoms is a very small particle. Next, move to the second one. Which of the following is not a subatomic particle? Electron, proton, neutron, hydrogen. I think it's a very easy question. Come on, if you know the answer, let me know on chat section first. What is the answer? The answer is hydrogen. Hydrogen is an atom, not a subatomic particle, right? Let's move on to the second learning outcomes. Totally 9 learning outcomes is there, students. Next, move on to the second one. Discovery of subatomic particle, electron and proton. Come on, let's discuss how electron is discovered. Who is the father of electron? Similarly, how proton is discovered? Who is the father of proton? And and according to them, what is the charge of proton? What is the mass of proton? What they told, and other thing we discuss. Before moving to the topic, there is one single question is there, students. There is one simple question is there for discuss. The question is, what are the subatomic particles? What are the subatomic particles? What are? They don't ask which are. What are? The atom undergo divisible to contain 3 atomic particles or 3 subatomic particles. Which are those? One is electron, proton and neutron. Electron is negatively charged, proton is positively charged, neutron, the name itself denotes it's an zero charge, neutral. We already know in lines, in electrical wires, we have 3 lines, right? One is positively charged, one is positive charged, one is negative charged, one is neutral wire. This neutral wire is not helps anything, but it is very important. It is very important. Next, move on to the discovery of subatomic particle. I already tell you guys. J.J. Thomson is the father of electron. He is the scientist who discovered the electron in first time at 1987. The existence of electron in an atom was shown by J.J. Thomson in 1987. How will we show? From discharge tube. He studied various gas in discharge tube. What is discharge tube? A discharge tube is nothing but, definitely they ask 2 marks question. What is discharge tube? Discharge tube. A discharge tube is a glass tube which is a very high potential. Applied to it ends at low pressure. It's a glass tube, similar like glass tube, but it have low pressure. It has low pressure at the end, and it has high potential. High potential is nothing but he passes high electricity. High electricity is approximately 10,000 volt. He passes 10,000 volts. Imagine, students. Imagine 10,000 volts. We can't believe. He passes 10,000 volts electricity in the discharge tube, and he studied various gases. For example, hydrogen gas. Various gases he studied. Okay. Come, let's discuss what it happened. What is the observation? When this is a discharge tube, students, please concentrate on this diagram. It is a discharge tube. Here 10,000 power source is there. Okay, one gas is there. He passed the gas. What happened? A fluorescent glow was seen of the wall of the glass tube. Fluorescent glow is nothing but it's a light. Fluorescent glow. Fluorescent andre enu light barutte. Ee walls alli irutte nodi, illi kaanstide nodi, this type fluorescent light is fluorescent glow barutte. Next, this glow was due to bombard. Yak barutte andre this glow ee rays pass agtirutte nodi, this glow ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ one anode rays is nothing but cathode rays is nothing but negative. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಮರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಇಂದ ಬರೋ ಒಂದು ರೇ ಈ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಗೆ ಬೊಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ದ ರೇ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ end is nothing but cathode. It's bombarded with a glass and and gives a new fluorescent glow for the glass tube. New fluorescent glow ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಳ 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 ಅಂತ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಅದು glass tube. It's glow. That is ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, these rays travel until strike the anode. This bombard travel to the end of the anode. And what they called these rays are called as an cathode rays as emerged at the cathode. ಇದನ್ನ ಅವನು ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ, cathode ray ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ. What is the observation? The first point, in glass tube, in the walls of the glass tube, new fluorescent glow is coming. Why? Because this glow is due to the bombardment of the ray coming from the cathode end. Cathode end ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋ ray ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, cathode end ಇಂದ ಬರೋ ray bombard ಆಗಿರೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ this glow is form. This glow ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay student, understood? This glow ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಯಾರು? Who told this explanation by J.J. Thomson experiment. Okay, and they called these rays as cathode rays. Why he called these rays as cathode rays? Because it comes from cathode end ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ he called these rays as cathode rays. It's a very important rays. It's a very important point. And these rays consist negatively charged particle. These rays consist negatively charged particle. Understood? These rays consist of negatively charged particle. Come on, let's discuss the and cathode rays consist, I already told. It is also important. What are electrons? Cathode rays consist small negatively charged particles. These particles are called as electrons. It's very important. And Thomson explained the formation of cathode rays as follows. And students, here Thomson atomic model is there. It is also important. Okay, Thomson also explained the formation of cathode rays. Why the cathode rays is formed? Because he takes some gases. He studied the discharge tube under various gases. Right? Various gases. The first point is gas taken in a tube consists of atoms. So absolutely, gases also consist of atoms. Definitely, for example, any gas is oxygen. In oxygen also oxygen atom is there. Right? And atoms consist electrons. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? And also atoms consist electrons. That's why this fluorescent glow is come. When high electricity voltage is applied, the electrical energy pushes out some of electrons from the atoms of the gas. What happened? For example, students, ಈಗ ಇಬ್ರು ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. You have two friends. One is bigger than you. You can push them. Yeah, your bigger friend easily push you. Similarly, the high electric voltage push the electron from the outermost valence cell, from the atom. That's why these fast moving electrons form cathode rays. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? This electron forms an cathode rays, and this rays bombard within a glass tube and form a fluorescent glow according to J.J. Thomson. Okay, next move on to the characteristics of electron. Characteristics is nothing but what is the mass of electron, what is the charge of electron, and similarly what is the charge to mass ratio, what is the electron symbol. This is a characteristic. Sorry student, we already know about the charge of an electron. What is the charge of an electron? Charge of an electron is E minus. Similarly, what is the mass of an electron? This is a relative mass and this is an absolute mass. Students, one point, it's an important point. We do not consider mass of an electron. Why? Because its mass is 10 power minus 31 kg is there. That's why we do not take the mass of an electron in considering total mass of an atom. In total mass of an atom, we do not take an mass of an electron. Why? It explained in theory. In Bohr atomic model, I explain the things. Okay, and the relative charge of the electron is -1 and the absolute charge is -1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. It's very important. If you move on to your higher studies, many problems is coming according to from the basis of this absolute charge. We need this absolute charge. Okay na, this absolute charge ಬೇಕು. And next, properties of cathode rays. What are the properties? The first point, cathode rays or travels in straight lines. Why? Because if you pass the cathode, here any object is there, they show shadow like this and pass a straight line. Okay, understood? And they show sharp shadow. Andre ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the ray passes like this. The ray passes like this, and what happened if the ray is bombarding to this object? The shadow is coming in straight line alle barutte anta artha. Okay, second point, heating effect. Cathode rays heat the object on which they fall to the transfer of kinetic energy to the object. ಏನು this cathode rays ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, heating effect ನ pass ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. It passes an heating effect to an atom. Why? Because it passes an kinetic energy. Kinetic energy ನ passes ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Third point ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, if you pass ಈ ರೀತಿ cathode ray ನ pass ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the wheel get ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, rotate. Cathode rays consist of material particles. Cathode rays ಅಲ್ಲಿ already we know cathode rays consist of electrons, negatively charged particle electrons, and it is also a material particle. And next one, greenish fluorescence. If the cathode rays if it's if it's bombarded with a wall, we already know one fluorescent glow bande barutte anta, but it's a greenish fluorescence color barutte. Next, move on to the fifth point, effect of magnetic field. What happened when magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the path of cathode rays? They get deflected to the negative particles. ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ನ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ನಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈಗ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ರೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. What happened when an electric field is applied to a stream of cathode rays? They get deflected towards positive plates. Gottalva students, opposite charges is always or attract each other. If you pass with an electric field ಅಲ್ಲಿ pass ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it deflected to negative charge. If it's perpendicular magnetic field ಅಲ್ಲಿ pass ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it deflected into negative charge, but here it deflected into positive charge. Okay, understood? Next, move on to the Millikan experiment, Millikan oil drop experiment. This experiment, it is very very important, and its experiment gives a charge of an electron. It gives the value of charge of an electron. According to this experiment, R.A. Millikan is a scientist who discovered this experiment. With this help of experiment, we can easily determine the charge of electron. According to this experiment, the charge of an electron is 1 point. According to Millikan, this is a charge. According to specific charge is nothing but E by M. Specific charge is very important. Okay na? And this is a specific charge, and on combining these results, this is a mass of an electron. This way we can easily determine the mass of an electron. Next, move to the proton. E. Goldstein. The existence of proton in atom was shown by E. Goldstein. Students, E. Goldstein, the father of proton is E. Goldstein. What he shown, ಹೇಗೆ ಶೋ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಇವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಅಟ್ ಐ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 10,000 ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ಇವನು ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ನೇ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನೇ ತಗೊತಾನೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನೇ, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ್ಯೂ particle or new material, mercury. He introduced mercury in a glass tube at the walls. Okay, but what is the observation? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ ನೋಡಿ, mercury at 0.01 mm mercury ನ ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊತಾನೆ. ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ he also take same different gases. He follows same procedure of an J.J. Thomson. What they observe, ಅವನು ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಂತೆ, stream of heavy particles were given by the anode. It's nothing but positive electrons. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಹೆವಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಬೊಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಹೆವಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಬೊಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ, ಆನೋಡ್ ರೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕೆನಾಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ. ದೀಸ್ ರೇಸ್ ಈ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆನೋಡ್ ರೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕೆನಾಲ್ ರೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್. Here anode rays, these rays passed through an cathode rays, because we already know about that. And he took hydrogen gas in the lightest gas. We already know hydrogen is the lightest gas. He took the hydrogen gas in discharge tube. What happened if we pass the electricity? Electron already bombarded with this, and these positive particles positive particles given perform a new rays, it's called as a cathode ray. ಆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, cathode ray ಅಂತ ಇದು anode ray ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Anode rays obtained by the hydrogen gas of same type positive particles. Anode rays ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಪು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. The anode rays consist of positively charged particle called atom. The anode rays consist of positively charged particle atom. Let's move on to the characteristic of atom. This is a relative mass of an atom. Absolute mass. What is the absolute mass of an proton? Proton is 1.673 into 10 power minus 27 kg, and relative charge is +1 and 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 C. C is nothing but, student, coulomb. It's an SI unit. Okay. Next, a proton is represented by P1. P1 is nothing but it has mass 1 and the symbol P. P for proton. This is an properties of anode rays. Similarly, anode rays travel in straight line. If we bombard with the object, it's also shown same. And anode rays consist of material particles. Yes, absolutely. Anode rays consist of material particles. These material particles are proton. Next, anode rays are deflected towards the negatively charged plate. In electric field ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it opposite. In electric field, proton and electron is opposite, student. We already know about proton. Proton ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, electron is deflected to positive side. This proton is deflected to negatively charged. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಸೇಮ್. ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ದಟ್ the atom consists of an positively charged particles. It is nothing but the anode rays. These positive charged particles are called as an proton. Understood, students? This is a discovery of proton. Let's move on to the one interactivity part. Question is there. Okay, these questions definitely tells if you understand the concept, otherwise not. And students, please don't forget to attend the week quiz. Every week quiz link is there in description. It's a very important. It is an important question, students. Please, it's a free. Please don't forget to attend. I hope all the students are attending the week quiz. Okay. The question is anode rays contain dash particles. They give two options. In option A, they give positively charged. Option B, they give negatively charged. What is the answer? Anode rays. They didn't ask cathode rays. Anode rays are the positively charged particles. Next, move on to the solve part. The question is, which is the correct statements about proton? In option A, they give proton is nucleus of deuterium. Deuterium is nothing but H2. Okay, deuterium is nothing but 2. Okay. B, proton is an alpha particle. Proton is ionized hydrogen molecule. Proton is ionized hydrogen atom. What they ask about? Statement. Correct statement. Proton is a nucleus of deuterium. It's a wrong answer. Protons are ionized molecule and proton is alpha particle. In these three one, the answer is 1. Okay, the answer is option D. Yes, we already discussed in E. Goldstein glass tube experiment. Let's move on to the quiz time. Fahim Ahmad, आप 9th को by पढ़ा तो हो. Fahim, please tell in English. Fahim, please tell in English. I don't know Hindi, sorry. Okay, come on, let's move on to the quiz time. The first question is, which of the following statements are incorrect of cathode rays? They give 4 options. First option is they move in straight lines. They ask about incorrect statement, not incorrect statement. Second one, their nature depends upon the nature of gas present in discharge tube. They cast shadow of solid object placed in their path. Option D, they get deflected towards positive charge. What is the answer? An answer. Can you teach 9th also? As for him, I teach both 9th, 10th. I can able to teach also 11th, 12th. I can, because I completed master degree in chemistry. Okay, I completed my masters in chemistry. The answer is option B, as it's not depending upon the discharge tube, right? Next, move on to the second one. Specific charge value of proton is less than E by m value of electron, equal and cannot be determined greater than. This one is wrong. The answer is, what is the answer? The answer is option A. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. The next one, discovery of subatomic particle neutron. For him, how was the preparation ongoing? It's good. The preparation all are good for your board exams. The board exams start from Fahim. You choose which is your second language. Fahim, ಯಾವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮದು second language? If you know, please tell in chat section. How was the preparation, guys? How was the preparation? There is only few days left. Please prepare fast. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ? Let's move on to the neutron. What is the charge of a neutron? The charge of a neutron is 0, student. Come on, why it's discussed. Discovery of neutron. After the discovery ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ದು ಡಿಸ್ಕವರಿ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಅವರು ಶೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅವರು ಏನು ಶೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಓಕೆನಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅವರು ಶೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಮಾಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಬಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಆಟಮ್ ಮಾಸಸ್ಸು ಸೇಮ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ಮತ್ತು ಅದರದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇವಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅನದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ calls an neutron. This neutron is discovered by scattering experiment James Chadwick. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, he bombard some light element beryllium to fast moving alpha particles. Fast moving alpha particles is nothing but it has 4 atomic mass unit with 2+ charge. Okay, this is an observation. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, if we bombard, ಈ ಥರ bombard ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ he got a new molecule, it's called neutron. It has 0 charge but it has some mass. ಅದು ಮಾಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ ಅವನು, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಲಿಯಂ 4 times ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಲಿಯಮ್ 4 timesಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, what is the mass and charge of the neutron? Let's move to the characteristics. The mass is 1u and the atomic absolute mass, this one, relative absolute 0 is 0 ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. It do not have any charge. And the symbol, the neutron is represented by N10. Okay students, I have one simple question for this. Hydrogen atom consists dash neutrons. What is the answer, 1 or 0? If you know the answer, the students watch the session after the live, please pause the video, and if you know the answer, please try to answer in comment section. Okay, please try to answer in comment section. Yen answer? The answer is 0. Except hydrogen, all atom consist neutron except hydrogen. Okay students, let's solve. Consider the following statements. Neutrons have a neutral charge with less mass than proton. Neutrons have an electric charge. Neutrons have a neutral charge with almost the same mass of the proton. Neutrons are located out of the nucleus. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇನ್ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 1 and 4. Okay students, what is the answer? The answer is option D. Why? No, neutrons have a neutral charge with mass than proton. No, neutrondu ಮತ್ತೆ protondu mass ಒಂದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Similarly, neutrons have an electric charge. Yes, absolutely it has an electric charge. No, it's not an electric charge, it's a 0 charge. Neutrons are located out of the nucleus. No, neutrons are located in the nucleus. Okay students, let's move on to the quiz time. First question. The first question is, which of the following is an electrically neutral particle? They give 4 options. In option A they give the electron, option B they give the proton, option C they give the neutron, option D they give the alpha particle. What's the answer? What they ask, which of the following an electrically neutral particle? Electrically neutral andre what? Neutron, right? Let's move on to the second one. Complete the following table. Proton and neutron, they give A is equal to -1 0 0 0. Proton, neutron, every we need neutron is 0 alva. This one is wrong. The answer may be C. What is the answer? The answer is option B. Why? Proton charge I know it's an +1, it's an 0. Next one to the next one. The next one is theory. What structure of theories? What? Thomson atomic model, Rutherford model, ಮತ್ತೆ Bohr's atomic model. According to the scientist, the particles, the subatomic particles, how they arrange in atom. For example, ಇದೊಂದು atom ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ how ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಇವೆರಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಆದಾಗ neutrons is not discovered in the time of Thomson atomic model and Rutherford atomic model. In the time of Bose atomic model, the neutrons is discovered. Why? James Chadwick. Okay students, shall we take 5 minutes break? Shall we take? Yes. I back with 5 minutes. Wait students, I come with 5 minutes.
have a session?
Live, ma'am. I take break and place.
At what time?
Up to 3.
Okay.
You can use studio number 4. It's free.
What?
It's booked my name only. Studio number 4.
4.
I think Kushbu ma'am is asked. If
I
we,
think she would be having session then.
you can ask studio number 2. Yeah, students, continue ಮಾಡೋಣವಾ? Let's move on to the models. First one is J.J. Thomson atomic model. Many scientists promote various model students for atomic. ಈಗ ಅಟಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನ ಇವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇನ್ 1903 1903 J.J. Thomson is the first scientist who is the first scientist to propose a model for the structure of atom. Definitely they ask MCQ questions, students. Who? J.J. Thomson is the first scientist who discovered electron and who proposed first atomic model. According to him, he taken example of plump and ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಪ್ಲಂಪ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. he taken cake, ಪ್ಲಂಪ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಕ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ನೀನು ಕೇಕ್, ಕೇಕ್ ಈ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಮಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಮಸ್ ಕೇಕ್ ರೈಟ್. ಇನ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಮಸ್ ಕೇಕ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇವು ಏನು ಈ ಗೋಡಂಬಿ, ದ್ರಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಿಲನ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ಇದನ್ನ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲಮ್ ಪಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಪ್ಲಮ್ ಪಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ರೆಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ ಅವನು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ಶೋ ಯು ಗೈಸ್, ವೇಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆಟಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಡ್ಸು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಡ್ ಅಟಾಮ್ಸು ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್. ಅದೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಅಸ್ ಅನ್ ಕೇಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇದು ದ್ರಾಕ್ಷಿ, ಗೋಡಂಬಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳ? ಈ ಥರ ಇವನೇ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್, ದ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ an atom consists of a pair of positively charged particles with negatively charged particles embedded in it. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, ಒಂದು ವೃತ್ತಾಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಎಂಬಿಡೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಡ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಅನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್, ಆಟಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ವೈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್? ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಈಸ್, ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಏನು ಆಟಮು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇಟ್ ಫೇಲ್ಸ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ದಿಸ್ ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್, ಈ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಈ ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಯಾರೇ ಒಬ್ರು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ, ಯಾರೇ ಒಬ್ಬರಾದ್ರೂ ಓಕೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ in 1911 the scientist named Rutherford came and do one experiment. His experiment name is alpha scattering experiment. According to that experiment the J.J. Thomson model can't able to explain the results of that experiment. Experiment result na explain ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. That's why Thomson model gets failed. Thomson model fail ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. One interactivity part question is there students. According to Thomson model of atom, positively charged or electrically neutral. Atom ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, it's an positively charged or electrically neutral. If you know the answer, let me know in comment section or chat section. The answer is electrically neutral. According to Thomson model, Thomson prakara atom electrically neutral ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Electrically neutral is nothing but the total number of electron is always equal to the total number of proton. Electron ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, proton ಸಹ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay students, come on, let's move on to the solve part. The question is, the first model of an atom was given by, they give 4 options. First one is N Bohr, second one is E Goldstein, C is Rutherford, D is J.J. Thomson. What's the answer? If you know the answer, let me know in chat section or in comment section. The answer is J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson is the first scientist. He is the first scientist who proposed the atomic model, right? Let's move on to the quiz time. The question is, this is the question. In the Thomson model of atom, which of the following statements are correct? They ask correct statements. First statement is, the mass of the atom assumed to be uniformly distributed over the atom. Second one, the positive charge is assumed to be uniformly distributed over the atom. Third point, the electrons are uniformly distributed in the positively charged sphere. Fourth one, the electrons attract each other to establish the atom. These are the 4 options. In option A they give 1 and 3, option B they give 1, 2 and 3, option C 1 and 4, option D 1, 3 and 4. What is the answer? If you know the answer, let me know in chat section. The answer is option B, right? Second one, what the positive charge is assumed to be uniformly distributed over the atom. It's right. It's not and right. It's right. And fourth one, the electrons attract each other to stability of atom. He didn't explain this point. This point is explained by Bohr. Okay. Next, move on to the second one. Second quiz question. Watermelon model was proposed by? Who proposed watermelon model? They give 4 options. In option A they give N Bohr. Option B they give E Goldstein. Option C they give Rutherford. Option D they give J.J. Thomson. What is the answer? Come on, let me know in chat section, student. First, what is the answer? The answer is option D, J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson atomic model is also called as a watermelon model, plum pudding model. It's look like an same Christmas cake. That's why it's called as a plum pudding model. It's look like same watermelon. That's why it's called as a watermelon model. Okay. Next, move on to the next one. Before moving to the next stop, simple question is there to discuss. The question is, name the model proposed after Thomson model of an atom. The next model after Thomson model is Rutherford. Why Thomson model get cancelled? Yake Thomson model cancel aitu? Due to Rutherford. Rutherford at 1911 he performed a new experiment called alpha scattering experiment. This J.J. Thomson model can't explain the results of alpha scattering experiment. That's why Rutherford proposed a new model for a structure of atom. It's called Rutherford atomic model. It's a very important, students. In these 3 atomic model, one is what J.J. Thomson, Rutherford and Bohr. In these 3 model, they definitely ask one question. Come on, let's move on to the Rutherford model of an atom. Rutherford at 1911, Hans Rutherford performed one new experiment called alpha scattering experiment. What is alpha particle? Alpha particles are the particles consisting 2 plus charge particles. It's consisting 2 units of positive charge particles and 4 units of mass. It is nothing but, students, in helium, what is the mass? Helium mass is 4 and it consists 2 electron and 2 proton, right? If we remove the 2 proton from the helium molecule, it becomes alpha scattering. Okay, it becomes alpha particle. Understood? These alpha particles emitted by radioactive elements like radium and polonium. This alpha particle L element idu enu emitted agutte. These alpha particles are emitted by radioactive elements, the D blocks elements. Sorry, not D blocks, F block elements. Actinides ಮತ್ತೆ lactonides ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, alpha idu ಏನು radioactive elements like uranium and other radioactive elements ಇಂದ these particles ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, these particles are alpha particles ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay students, and in alpha particle he chose gold sheet. Why he chose gold sheet? Because gold is a malleable metal. Malleable is nothing but, what is the malleability? Malleability is nothing but it's a property. What? It's a property can be drawn into a sheets by beating a metal. ಒಂದು metal ನ sheet ರೀತಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು malleability ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Gold is a most malleable metal. Why? Because in 1 gram or 2 gram of gold we can form a thin sheet. Thin sheet is nothing but, thick sheet is nothing but 1000 ಆಟಮ್. ಇದು ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಈ ಶೀಟು ಕೇವಲ 1000 ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ವಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಈ ಶೀಟು ಕೇವಲ 1000 ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ತಿಕ್ಕಿರಬೇಕು. ಈ ಎರಡು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡ್ಯೂ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, Rutherford pass an alpha source through an gold foil and with an lead sheet white hole ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಶೀಟ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾನೆ ವಿತ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್. ವೈ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ದ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾಯಿಲ್ ವಿತ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೇಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಜಿಂಕ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್. What happened? See students, here some of the particles are bent slightly and some of them are passed. Most of the particles are passed and some of the particles are ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ದಾರಿಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ at 90 degree, deflected at 90 degree. Some of the particles are deflected at 180 degree and same direction. This has happened. From this he conclude some point. First point, majority of alpha particles are passed. That's it indicates the most of the atom is empty. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಂಪ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ದರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈವರ್ಜೆಡ್. ಯಾವ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅದೇ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈವರ್ಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆವಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 4 ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದಪ್ಪ ಇರೋ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಇದರಿಂದನೇ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇರೋದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಆಂಗಲ್. 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈಡ್ ದ ಹೆವಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಅದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಫೈನಲಿ he told one point what? Atoms consist most of the places are free. Atoms ಒಳಗೆ places free ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Most of the part is empty and it consists heavy positive charge body. It called as a nucleus. Okay, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. This one, and he tells some few points for the nucleus. First one, it is a positively charged and it dense and odd and it is very small compared to the size of the atom. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ವೆರಿ ಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಹೋಲ್. ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಆಟಮ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಸೈಜು ತುಂಬ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಹೂ ಟೆಲ್ ದಿಸ್? Rutherford, from their alpha scattering experiment. One important point, students, the radius of the nucleus is small compared to the radius of an atom. 10 power 5 times ಸಣ್ಣ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. On the basis of alpha scattering experiment, Rutherford form a new atomic model. It's called nuclear atomic model of an atom. According to him, he tell one few points. The first point is an atom consisting of positively charged nucleus containing the protons and neutrons. In this time neutrons is not discovered, students. Okay, ಆದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು, ಇನ್ 1911 ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಏನು ಅವನು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ 1933 ನಮಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆನ್ ದಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಆಟಮ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿತ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್. ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ positively charged body. It called nucleus. In nucleus the proton is present. nucleus ಒಳಗೆ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಮಾಸ್, ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸು ಕೇವಲ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎನ್ ಸರ್ಟೈನ್ ಪಾತ್. ವೆಲ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಾನೆ, ವೆಲ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಟೈನ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ರಿವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ, ವೆಲ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ Positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electrons. ಈ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಸ್ಟಾಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಆಟಮ್ನ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಅನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್. ಆಟಮ್ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? Understood? This is an Rutherford model, but you know one thing? ಇವರು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು Rutherford model get failed. Why? Because why? Drawbacks. These are the drawbacks of Thomson atomic model. What the drawbacks? The first point of the drawback is, if Thomson atomic model was correct, then in Rutherford experiment alpha particles should be deflected. This is a drawbacks of Thomson atomic model. Let's move on to the drawbacks of Rutherford atomic model. A major drawback ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, Rutherford he could not, ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ Rutherford, he do not explain the stability of an atom. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು? ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. he can't able to explain the stability of an atom. Second point, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಎನಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಎನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಅದು ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಆಟಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು? ಅದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅವನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Rutherford atomic model it fails. To overcome this model, the new scientists come. The scientist name Bohr. He gave a new atomic model called Bohr atomic model ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು model ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Before moving to the Bohr atomic model, let's discuss some questions. The first interactivity pod question is, Rutherford give dash particle scattering experiment. ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ? alpha na beta na? It's a very easy question. Fast students, if you know the answer, let me know in chat section. First, Bega. The answer is alpha. Let's move on to the solve part. This is a question. When alpha particles are sent through a thin metal foil, most of them go straight through an foil because they give four statements. First statement is alpha particles are much heavier than electrons. The second statement is alpha particles are positively charged. The third statement is most part of the atom is empty space, and the fourth statement is alpha particles move with high velocity. Which of the following statements are correct? They give four options. In first option they give first and three, second option second and fourth, third and fourth, fourth one second and fourth. Which of the following correct? ಯಾವ್ದು ಆನ್ಸರು? The answer is option A. First, yes, alpha particles are much heavier than electrons. Consider. Third one, most of the part of empty space, and alpha particles are positively charged. It is also not an alpha particles move through high velocity. This is an answer. Okay, students. Let's move on to the quiz time. The first question in the quiz is, Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment eventually led to the conclusion that they give four options. In option A, they give mass and energy are related. Option B, they give neutrons are buried deep in the nucleus. Option C, they give point of impact with the matter can be preciously determined. Option D, in option D, they give electrons occupy space around the nucleus. What's the answer? For students, please tell in chat section. If you know the answer, please tell in chat section. The answer is option D, right? Let's move on to the second one. Rutherford experiment which established the nuclear model of the atom used a beam of beta particles, gamma rays, helium atoms which impinged on a metal foil and got scattered. These two are wrong answer. Helium nuclei which impinged on a metal foil and got scattered. In these two, the answer may be C or D. What is the answer? The answer is D, right? Answer no. Okay, story. The answer is these students. Helium nuclei. We already know nuclei consist of only positive charge particles. Helium atom is nothing but it consists both positive and negative charge. Understood? Let's move on to the next one. Does electron revolving around the nucleus radiate energy? Agadre, according to why? ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಫೇಲ್. ಯಾಕೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಯಾರು? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು Maxwell, the electron, if the electron revolving around the any nucleus, it radiate energy. That's why it lost energy and fall on the atom, fall on the nucleus. Fall on the nucleus ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ it radiate energy? No students, it does not radiate energy. Why? Because to overcome this problem, the new scientist named Bohr is come. Bohr proposed a new atomic model called Bohr atomic model. In this model, he explained the position of an electron and revolving of an electron and also stability of an atom. It explains main point. It explains stability of an atom. He said, bro, in order to explain the drawback, the new scientist called Niels Bohr in 1913 put a model of an atom. According to this model, the electrons could revolve around the nucleus. It does not radiate any energy. And these electrons are revolving in a certain orbit called discrete orbit. ಏನು? These electrons ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, the electrons revolving around the nucleus in certain orbit ಅಲ್ಲಿ revolve ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That's why ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it revolve around a certain orbit ಅಲ್ಲಿ revolve ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. It do not radiate any energy. ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದಾಗಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ದ ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಬೈ mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, where n is equal to stand for orbit, h is equal to mass of m is equal to mass of an electron, v is equal to velocity of an electron in orbit, r is an distance of electron from the nucleus, and h is nothing but Planck's constant. The value of the Planck's constant is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವೈ ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಫೇಲ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ revolving in a discrete orbit, these electrons do not radiate any energy. According to Bohr, ಈ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಅದು ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. and he called this discrete orbit as an energy levels ಅಥವಾ energy cells ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ. It denotes from the letters K, L, M and N is equal to 1, 2, 3. and for every levels the energy is fixed. It has some fixed energy associated with amount of energy. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದಾಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. the energy of an orbit is expressed by En is equal to -1312 divided by n square. This is the final one for hydrogen like particles, but for every particles, for all atom, the energy equation becomes like this. Z is equal to atomic number of an electrons. Okay, there is no change in the energy. Okay na, energy ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, this is an according to Bohr's model. According to what is the Bohr's atomic model, the postulates yavu andre these two. The charge in energy takes place in jumps from one energy levels to another. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, if the electron is jumps from one energy, ಈಗ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ I am stand here, I jump from one step to another step. What happened? I need energy to jump from one energy cell to another energy cell. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, electrons need high energy to jump from lower energy. In the higher energy they required higher energy, and if they jump from lower energy to higher energy to lower energy, they releases energy. ಏನು, ಲೋಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸು ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಹೈಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ಲೋಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಬೋರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು E2 minus C1. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ h nu. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, and the frequency is given by this equation, E2 minus E1 divided by h. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, next one is significance. The significance of an Bohr's model is this model worked well. ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಈ model? It explains neatly about the spectra of hydrogen and hydrogen like molecules. You know spectra is nothing but ಅದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಒಂದು ಥಿಯರಿ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್. But this model also failed. It also some limitation. The first limitation is this does not explain the line spectra of multi-electron atoms. Multi-electron atom, it does what? It does not explain multi-electron atom ಗೆ ಅದು explain ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. Second point, it does not explain the splitting of lines in the magnetic field. Zeeman effect, it does not explain the Zeeman effect ಮತ್ತೆ Stark effect ನ explain ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. It does not explain how to determine the exact position of an electron. ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? Yes, absolutely, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಇದು ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿ, ಇದು ಏನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ it does not explain the position of the electron. Okay students, this is an limitations. Okay, one interactivity part question is there. The question is each energy level is associated with fixed amount of energy. Yes or no? Absolutely yes. Let's move on to the solve part. The question is Rutherford model of an atom could not explain its stability. This was overcome by the another atomic model, the postulate of the new model. New model is nothing but Bohr model, students. What are the postulates? The first one is an atom consists of positively charged sphere and the electrons are embedded in it. Each cells or orbit correspond to a definite energy. There these circular cells are also known as energy cells. Third point, as long as electrons revolves in the stationary orbit, it neither radiate nor absorbs energy. They give 4 options. In option A they give 1 and 3. Option B they give second and third. Option C they give 1 and 3. Option D 1, second and third. What's the answer? The answer is option B, second and third. This is an postulate of J.J. Thomson, right? J.J. Thomson model. Quiz time, students. Let's move on to the first question in quiz. The first question is an electron jumps from an orbit P to Q and loses energy. The same electron jumps from R to Q gains the energy. The increasing order of a distance of this orbit from the nucleus. We already know the electrons is jump from lower energy to higher energy. It gains the energy, and if jump from higher energy to lower energy, it lost the energy. They give 4 options. In option A they give P is greater than Q greater than R. In B R greater than P greater than Q. D R greater than Q greater than P. In C P greater than R and Q. If you know the answer, let me know on chat section, student. First, what is the answer? The answer is option D, R greater than Q greater than P. Let's move on to the second one. The second question is what is the wavelength of radiation whose frequency 2 into 10 power 14 per second? Velocity also they give 4 options. 1.5 into 10 power 6 meter, 1.8 into 10 power 6 meter, 1.2 into 10 power 6 meter, and option D 1.5 into 10 power minus 6 meter. What's the answer? The answer is this one. Why? Because we already know velocity, the power get negative, right? Let's move on to the next sixth learning outcomes. Electron distribution in orbit and valency. What is valency? How electron is distributed. Okay students, and what is atomic number and mass number, isotope, isobars and isotopes. These are the last 3 topics. Okay, if we complete these 3 topics we can end up the session. Okay, within 30 minutes we can end this session, don't worry. Okay student, please take 5 minutes break. With 2 minutes I come back. In only 2 minutes I come back. Okay, Okay students, come on, let's discuss. Let's continue the topic. Okay, first one, electron distribution in orbits and valency. How electron is distributed? For this, the new points is there. For this, the scientist called Nye, Bohr and Burre. It's called Bohr-Burre. Bohr-Burre suggested the distribution of electron. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಈ distribution ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತು. We already know about the energy cells. There is K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell, so many energy cells is there. How electron is distributed along the cells? ಆ cells ಅಲ್ಲಿ electron ಹೇಗೆ distribute ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬುರ್ರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಇಬ್ರು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ 2 ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬುರ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಬೋರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬುರ್ರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ suggest ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. That's why this rule is called as an Bohr-Burre rule. Bohr-Burre rule. According to it, it is also called as an electronic configuration. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? Electronic configuration ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. This is called as a Bohr-Burre rule. According to this, the first rule is the maximum number of an electrons present in a cell is given by 2n square. 2n square ಅನ್ನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಿಂದ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ n is an orbit energy or energy shell. We already know n is equal to 1 2 3 4. For first shell, energy is how many electrons are present? 2. The maximum number is 2. For second, 2 into 4 8. Similarly, 2 into 9 18. This is okay. This is an first point. And the second, for example, this I already explained. This is an number, the total number of persons. The second one, the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in the outermost valence orbital is 8. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಟಮ್ದು outermost valence orbital ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇವಲ 8 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕೆ ಸೆಲ್. ಇನ್ ಕೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಕೇವಲ 2 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಇದು 8 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? For example, this one, 10 electrons. If it have 10 electrons, it divided into 2, 8. This is Bohr-Burre law. And next mode, the next point, the electrons are not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are filled. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ inner shell, for example, up to L shell. ಈಗ K shell ಎರಡು ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗೋಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು L shell ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, understood? First point is the maximum number of electrons present in any shells is given by the formula 2n square, and in outermost electron the maximum number estirutte 8. Only the 8 electrons are present in outermost electron cell. And the third point is without filling an inner shells, the electron do not fill in next shell. Okay na? Inner fill ಆಗೋಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ electron fill ಮಾಡೋ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. According to electron, ಇದು first 18 electron configuration. Please watch this. For helium, 2 electrons is one shell. Here lithium is there. That's why K shell is filled. And next one, the L shell. Beryllium, boron, carbon. Many electrons is there. This is one. Next one, the interactivity part. One single question is there. Simple question, student. The question is, can you guess how 18 electrons will be arranged in an atom? They give two options: 2 8 8, 2 8 5. What is the answer? The answer is option A. Totally 18 electrons here. Total number of electrons is equal to 13. Okay. Let's move on to the solve part. The question is, write the electronic configuration of positively charged sodium ion. Atomic number of sodium is 11. Okay, come on, let's answer. Answer madadwa. What they ask? They ask about sodium ion, not a sodium atom. Sodium ion is nothing but in 11 electron, 1 electron is removed. The totally 10 electrons. It fills 2 electrons in K shell and 8 electrons in L shell. 2, 8. Its electronic configuration is 2, 8. Understood? Artha aita? 2, 8. Next, move on to the quiz time, students. The first question in quiz is, what is the maximum capacity of N shell? K shell, L shell, M shell. It's nothing but 2 into 3 square. What's the answer? They give 2, 4, 18 and 32. These two are wrong answer. The answer may be 18 or 32. What's the answer? If you know the answer, let me know on chat section, student, first. What's the answer? The answer is option D, 32. Why? K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell is nothing but 4 square. Sorry, I write it 16 into 2, that is nothing but 32. 32 alva. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, what is the electronic configuration of potassium contains 19 electrons? They give 4 options. In option 667, it's right answer. No, it's a wrong answer. I remove this and I ruled out this. Second one 251, 289, 285. What is the answer? It's also wrong. The answer may be C or D. What is the answer? The answer is C. Answer is C, right? Let's move on to the next point. The next learning outcomes, atomic number and mass number. Students, atomic number and mass number. What is atomic number? You have any idea? And mass number? Student, atomic number is nothing but the total number of proton present in an atom is called atomic number. Nucleus contains both protons and neutrons, collective known as nucleons. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? Nucleons. What are nucleons? Is nothing but electrons and protons both are called as a nucleons. Nucleons is nothing but electron and proton ಎರಡು ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು nucleons ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay students, the total number of protons present inside the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. It is denoted by Z. Total number of electron is always equal to total number of proton. We already know. It is called electron number. ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಅದನ್ನ atomic number or proton number ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. For example, this for Z 1, the atomic number is, for hydrogen the atomic number is 1, Z is equal to 1. For example, this one also 6, therefore Z is equal to 6 for carbon. Okay, next move on to the atomic number. Atomic number Z of an element is 7, which means totally 7 electrons is there. We already know atoms are electrically neutral. That's why number of electron is always equal to number of proton. Understood students? If it's the totally 7 electrons is there, it's nothing but 7 protons is also there. Okay, understood? Mass of an atom is due to, we already know, mass of an atom is due to both protons and neutrons, not only an proton. Why? Because neutron also have positive, neutron also have zero charge, but it has mass. ಇದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒನ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್, ಒನ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್? ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? Neha, hi sir, I just came. Okay Neha, hi Neha. Neha, it's a 9th class, don't worry. It's for structure of atom, 9th class. It's not for 10th class. Neha, how was the preparation ongoing? There is only, I think 1 month is there, right? For exams, only 30 to 35 days is there. How was the preparation going, Neha? Okay, next move on to the atomic number. Atomic mass number. We already know mass of an atom is completely depending upon what? Proton and neutron. That is, atomic mass number is nothing but the total number of proton. The sum of proton plus neutron is called atomic mass number. It is denoted by symbol A. It's also important. Definitely student, they ask definition. They ask a definition in between atomic number, otherwise atomic mass. Atomic mass going well. Okay, thank you Neha. Don't worry, I think in Monday I took carbon and its compounds part 2. Okay, part 2 I completed. Then I took chemical reaction and equation. In next week onwards we also discuss maths question paper. Don't worry guys, due to some problems I can't able to discuss the maths question paper. Why na? Because I really tell truth students, I don't know about the tangents unit. I need to study the tangents units. Next week onwards I take mathematics also. Okay, don't worry guys, don't worry Neha, I take mathematics also. Don't worry about it. Hi there. Okay sir. Okay, thank you Neha. This is about, let's move on to the notation. Notation is nothing but ಹೇಗೆ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ನ ಬರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Atomic number, this is a chemical symbol. Atomic mass number is always in head and proton number ಕೆಳಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. For example, carbon 6 12 ಈ ರೀತಿ. Oxygen 8 16. This is a notation of atom. This is for examples. For example, and this is an interactivity part. Question is there. The question is, the relative atomic mass of carbon atom is 6 or 8. What is the relative atomic mass of an carbon atom? Option A or option B? If you know, let me know in chat section. First, what is the answer? A or B? A na B na? The answer is A. not in A, P. 12E, they ask relative atomic mass. Atomic mass is nothing but 12 mass unit, right? 12 atomic unit, 12U anta artha. Okay students, come on, let's discuss the question, solving part question. The question is, an element X has mass number 4 and atomic number 2. Write the valency of this element. Mass number 4 is there. Valency we already discussed in before unit. Valency is nothing but the total number of electrons present in. Atomic number is 2 ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಇದಿರುತ್ತೆ. 4 is nothing but distributed at 2,2. That's why the valency of atom is 2. Valency ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ? 2 ಇರುತ್ತೆ of an element. Why? They give mass number is nothing but the total number of proton plus total number of neutron. But atomic number they give 2 is nothing but we already know number of number of electrons is always equal to number of proton. That's why the answer is valence is 2. Neha, yesterday I saw your comment. I really like that comment. Thank you so much for commenting the video, and let's move on to the quiz time. The first question: which of the following correctly represent the electronic configuration of an element having atomic number 18? They give 4 options. In option A they give 288, option B 283, option C 284, option D 287. 18 iradalla. What is the answer? The answer is option A 288, right answer. Let's move on to the second one. If the number of electrons and number of neutrons in a neutral atom of an element are 10 and 12 respectively, then what is the mass number of an atom? Yavadu mass number? Yavadu irutte? Option C 22. Next, move on to the last question. Last one. Yavadu? Isotopes, isobars and isotopes. The question is, according to Dalton's postulate, atoms at a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Is there any violation of this postulate? ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಾಲ್ಟನ್ಸ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್. ಏನು ಮಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಾದರೂ ವೈಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೋ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ವೈಲೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಐಸೋಟೋಪ್, ಐಸೋಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐಸೋಟೋನ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ 5 minutes we can complete the topic and summarize the topic. And in next session for 9th grade, I take first, I think first or second unit more atoms around us pure ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಎರಡನೇ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ತಗೊಂತೀನಿ. And for grade 10 Monday students, grade 10 I go live. You have another exciting news for grade 10 students. Next week onwards, me, Neha ma'am and Navya ma'am, we 3 members go live. For you only, please attend the live session from Monday onwards. It's a quiz session, okay? And the questions are coming from before PYQ and 2 marks questions. We 3 members discuss the question paper, okay na? 3 jananu we solve the model question papers, okay? With same 3 alunu question paper solve ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We solve the question paper. Please attend the sessions, okay? Don't forget to attend. Isotopes is nothing but 2 atoms. The atoms of a same element having the same atomic number but different atomic mass. ಅವೆರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನು ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಹಿಯರ್ 35 is there. Here for example 17 plus 18, the number of neutron is 18. Here 17 plus 20, the number of neutron is different. These are called isotopes. Example for isotopes are this one. Hydrogen isotopes. Hydrogen has 3 isotopes. 1 proton irodu, 2 proton irodu and 3. Elladrallu onde proton. Commonly it have 1 proton, but here 2 neutron is there. It called deuterium. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 3 ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ. ಇದನ್ನ ಟ್ಯೂಟೋರಿಯಂ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? And second one, carbon isotopes, C12, C13, C14 isotopes, okay? And isotopes, let's move on to the application part. The isotopes of uranium is used in the fuels of nuclear reactors. It's used as a fuels. Second isotope, iodine isotope is used in the treatment of goitre. This in ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ iodine ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And next one, isotope of carbon, C14 isotopes, carbon isotope ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ದ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾಸಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಸತ್ತಾಗ ಫಾಸಿಲ್ ಫ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಸತ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು C4 ಐಸೋಟೋಪ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್, ಐಸೋಬಾರ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಐಸೋಬಾರ್ಸ್? Isobars is nothing but the atoms of the different elements with different atomic number and mass number and the same mass number. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಟಮ್ದು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್. These are called isobars. Next, isotones. What are isotones? Isotones andre enu, the atoms of different elements have different number of proton but same number of neutron. For example, potassium and calcium. Here in both atoms total ಎಷ್ಟು number of protons neutrons irutte 20 ne irutte. artha aita? Let's move on to salt part. Bromine occurs in naturally mainly forms of two isotopes. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನ್ ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಆವರೇಜ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಕ್ವಿಜ್ ಟೈಮ್. ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಸ್, ದ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್. Atoms same number of nucleons. Nucleons is nothing but atomic mass. Atomic mass ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Isobars. Nucleons we already know. What are nucleons ಅಂದ್ರೆ atom ಮತ್ತೆ nucleons ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? Nucleons ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ nucleons ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ. Which of the following isotopes used in the treatment of cancer? Cancer ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? CO60. Cobalt 60 isotope ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Let's summarize quickly. These are the atoms. We already know atoms are divisible. Electrons was discovered by J.J. Thomson from the discharge tube experiment. Proton are discovered by E. Goldstein and neutron are discovered by James Chadwick. Understood? These are the properties on electron and these are the models according to Thomson model. ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Watermelon model, Bohr's model, Rutherford model, and we also discuss about the distribution according to Bohr-Burela. First point ಏನು? 2n square. The maximum number of electrons are present in every energy levels. And second one, 8 electrons. For the outermost valence electron, the maximum number of electrons is 8. The last third point, without filling inner shells, we can't fill the another shells. Okay, ಒಳಗಿರೋದು ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. and mass number A is nothing but atomic mass number. Atomic mass number is equal to the sum of total number of proton plus neutron, and Z atomic number, total number of proton. And then what is the notation? This is a notation, right? Sorry, this is a notation. And now we already discussed isotope, isobars and isotopes. Isotopes is nothing but the atoms consisting same atomic number but different atomic mass. Isobars is nothing but same atomic mass but different atomic number but different atoms of a different elements. ಏನು different atoms to ಹೀಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, different elements ಇರುತ್ತೆ. And isotopes is nothing but same neutrons. It's all. Okay students, today's homework question. The homework question today is electron was discovered by Goldstein. Is it true or false? Please tell in comment section. Students, this is about today's session. And ಈ session ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದರೆ please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. And please share the channel as much as possible. Okay students, thank you so much for the watch the video till end and shining. Bye bye students, take care, all the best for your examination. If you have any doubt, let me know in comment section. Thank you so much for watch the video till end, and for more updates please don't forget to like the video, like, share and subscribe the channel. Okay na? Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.